Hi, I'm Ryder Sloan. Welcome to this very, very special feature, Greatest Moments of My Life. Those moments were on the Birmingham Patriots, and here's the story. I had a dream. I had a dream that I wanted to play tackle football. I think for me, the main reason why I wanted to play tackle football was just seeing kids just have fun out there and be free and play the sport that they love. And I wanted to do that, not just flag football, but actual tackle football. When I was young, I watched my brother Dylan play flag, and he was really good, and I guess I just wanted to go from watching him have fun to me actually going out there and having fun. And I did pretty well. You know, as good as you can get as a 6-year-old or something. So I think that's where my passion for football all started. My first coach was Merethe. Matt coached me on my first flag football team when I was in kindergarten. I was really crazy out there, but I was having fun. I think the reason that I wanted to go from flag to tackle was because, like I said earlier, I saw just kids going out there and having fun, playing the sport they love, and that just seemed like something that I really wanted to do. And at first, my parents were like, no way. But I kept insisting and insisting, and I persuaded them to let me play, and that's how I ended up playing tackle football. I was so desperate to just get on any tackle football team, and we didn't even know if we could anymore. We didn't know if the season had already started. I think we were just looking for any leagues, any teams that were still available, and we stumbled upon the Patriots, the Birmingham Patriots, part of the Oakland-Macomb Youth Football Association League. Yeah, even though I persuaded them to let me sign up, there wasn't any guarantee that I was going to get on the team. I think there were 7 spots left, and once the sign up opens, it's like boom, and everybody is signing up. At that point, I was like, there's no way I get on this team. But I ended up getting on the team as a 4th grader, and obviously there was a lot of excitement. Lots and lots of excitement, but with that came a lot of nervousness, and I was genuinely scared a little bit at the start playing tackle football. But I said, we're going against 4th graders. 4th graders hitting 4th graders, and I settled in. Yeah, I was really excited, really excited. And then it all became very real all of a sudden. In practice with our blue jerseys, I wore number 0. Practice started the first week of August, which of course is still summer and still very hot. I had no idea what to expect, but one thing I can say for sure is that I was so impressed by how professional the program is. I remember feeling like, wow, this is for real. This is serious. Drones flying over for tape. You had to memorize a whole playbook like an NFL program, and we were only 3rd and 4th graders, so I didn't know how well I'd do. I remember playing 4 practices every week in almost like 90-degree weather in summer, August. But I think I eventually settled in. After school, I would get so excited to just come home, get my gear on and suit up, go to practice. That was probably the best part of my days. I remember the first time I met Coach Barry Sutton and the staff, and I didn't know, are these coaches going to be really hard? My coaches were Coach Giannini, Coach Ishbia, Coach Kanine, Coach Wildy, Coach Kerr, Coach Carson, Coach Brown, and Coach Gilbert. And of course, head coach Barry Sutton. They're very disciplined, they were really nice, but they were really tough on us at the same time. Being tough as well as being nice, I think brings out the best in your players and the team. They are great coaches, and I would seriously recommend them. When practice started, we didn't wear pads in the first week or so of practices. I remember running the plays on air, as we called them, running just the plays, no defense. We didn't have pads or anything. And then they said, we're putting on our pads tomorrow, full pads and helmets. And there was an actual defense. Running plays and getting hit was really, I think the first day of actual tackling with full pads, I was definitely like, whew, that was a wake-up call for me. But I think after the second day, I really, well, maybe like third or fourth, but after a while, I think I was really used to it and really didn't get bothered by it at all. So after all of the first practices were over, we had to pick up our equipment. Now, I remember getting the helmet for the first time, picking up the helmet and saying, is that the actual weight of the helmet? I couldn't believe it. It was so heavy, and I wasn't even wearing it on my head. I was picking it up, and I almost had to use two hands. That was crazy. So one thing you don't know when you sign up is what position you're going to play. You can hope for a certain position, but in the end, the coaches decide what position you will play. Going into it, my dream was to play running back. I didn't have high expectations for myself, but I think one of the first days of practice, we did a running race. Every single person lines up in a line. There's rows, and they blow the whistle. You start running. It's a race, and they pick out the winner from each round. And as I was starting to make it through and win race after race, I was like, holy, this could lead to something big. And the first practice, the first running race, the first thing we ever did, I won the whole running race. And the coaches were like, we could have something here. And I was saying the same thing myself. So I knew at this point that I had a shot at playing running back. But then also they told me that they wanted me to try out for defense too. I remember playing the first snap on defense. I think for me, one of the most fun parts, besides breaking through the line and see all that open field in front of you and scoring a touchdown, besides that, I think the most fun part of it all was just ripping off the offensive line, running to the backfield and taking down whoever, the quarterback, running back, maybe even the wide receiver. I think that was one of the most fun parts. And surprisingly, I think I uncovered a hidden talent for me. We had a lot to learn. Some of us, like me, had never played tackle football before. I had to learn to block. I had to learn to run with the ball. I had to learn to catch a pass coming out of the backfield. And then, after a few weeks of practice, the coaches announced what positions we would be playing. I was told I would play first-string running back and first-string defensive end. And I was really excited to go out there and do my best for the team in these positions. And I learned that all of that hard work in the hot summer practices was really paying off. So, to warm up for the season, the coaches announced we would have a preseason scrimmage, and I think it was against 3 or 4 teams in total, including us. So we went against 3 other teams, And I think we got just a couple of snaps for each team on both offense and defense. And I remember the first time they called out my name, and I was like, this is the moment. This is what I wanted. First play, it was a inside handoff straight to me on the first play. And I remember getting the ball. I see a little open space, and I break it out to the outside and score a touchdown on my first carry. That was where it all started. The next team, my first carry, break it through, same play, just on the opposite side. I break it through and score another touchdown. And at that point, I was surprised. I was like, ooh. The third team, my first run, this close to breaking it. This close, I just got barely tackled by someone behind me. But then they gave me another shot, take the handoff, see open field, and score the touchdown. At that point, I was feeling really good. I was at a high. And we got our schedule, and our first game was against the Romeo Bulldogs. Now, the Romeo Bulldogs have a reputation for winning every single season. So I think they've been undefeated for the past 3 seasons on their freshman team. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if we were going to win because we had a good team. We had a really good team. So I don't know if we were going to win that game, but it would definitely be huge because not only are they a really good team, but they are our rivals. So it'd be great to go to Romeo at their own field, on their own turf, and beat them and give them their first loss in 3 years. Here I am with my buddy Braylon, suited up for the first game of the season. We looked good, but we had no idea what we were in for. We finally got to put on our game uniforms. I wore the number 3. The coaches had us fired up and ready to play. Unfortunately, we ended up losing that game 12-0, and that was a wake-up call. Not everything is going to go your way. And I remember walking off that field, going up to my parents and saying, that was not fun. But even though we lost our first game, we stayed focused and positive, and things got a lot more fun the rest of the season. After the Romeo game, we next played the Chesterfield Chargers on their home field, and we got our first win. And after I carried the ball for a few tough runs, I got my first touchdown in a real game. And I was a lot happier coming off the field after this game than the Romeo game.
Number 3, Ryder Sloan for the touchdown.
So after getting our first win of the season, we were 1-1, and for our third game, we played the Madison Heights Wolverines at home. It was our first home game, and it was really cool to play on the Groves High School field. And before the game started, they introduced each player on the field by name, and it was all just so cool.
Number 3, Ryder Sloan.
So once the game began, I got my first carry. It was a wildcat run to the outside. I break up through the hole, great blocks, and I score.
Whoa! Touchdown!
And that was probably my favorite moment of the whole season. So now we had a winning record going into our 4th game of the season. We were 2-1, playing a tough Shelby Lions team at home. and we won that game, and I had my longest touchdown run of this season.
There he goes. Yeah.
Number 3, Ryder Sloan for the touchdown.
For our 5th game, we played away against a really good team, the Berkeley Steelers. And it was a really rough game, and we lost. I did have some tough runs, but no scores for me during that game. Game 6 was against the Troy Cowboys at home. We won, and I had my best game. I ran for 145 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Number 3, Ryder Sloan for the touchdown.
Seriously?
Number 3, Ryder Sloan for the touchdown.
Go. Oh my God.
Number 3, Ryder Sloan for the touchdown.
Our 7th game was against the Roseville Broncos away. We won that game, and now we had a record of 5-2 going into our final game of the season against the Royal Oak Titans. During the Royal Oak game, I played okay on offense, but my defensive play was the best part of my game. And it was during this game that I really knew I loved playing defense also. We won this game, giving us a final regular season record of 6-2 heading into the playoffs. So we made it into the playoffs. We were going against the Berkeley Steelers, who were one of the teams that we lost to. So they were pretty good. And we went into that game, I think we had to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. 5 a.m. It was just getting light when we arrived, and it was freezing. And we started practicing at around 6. I think the game started at like 7. And I remember I was so nervous before that game. I remember giving it my all that game.
Go. Go.
But it was really a couple of our star players that shined that game. Joey Ishbia catches everything. He had a great game, and this is one of his best catches. Also, Calvin Kerr had a great game and made this incredible catch. Here's another great catch made by Joey. Also, I have to say, our quarterback, Wells Hafner, had a great game. He threw these incredible passes and also had a couple good runs. Our defense played great in that game too. We held them to only one score. Ari Gerard really stepped up on defense big time. Here's a great play by Alex Giannini. He made this incredible tackle in the backfield, which resulted in a fumble towards the end of the game when we really needed it. Look at this great play by Mazer Hart, who broke through the line and tackled the quarterback in the backfield. And look at this play, where me and my buddy, Mazer Hart, team up to get their quarterback in the backfield. And here's another cool defensive play I made. And this was one of my best defensive plays of the game. They double-teamed me, forcing me to the outside, but I broke off both blockers and was able to stop the runner before he broke it downfield. We were all tied up in the first half, but the second half, I had a couple good runs that set up good field position, even though we didn't capitalize on it. And then, boom. In one play, they scored. A 90-yard run or something like that.
That's unbelievable.
We were all even the whole game, and then the Steelers just, boom, just scored just like that. So now the stakes were higher. We would have to score either way, but now if we didn't, we would lose automatically. So now we were more desperate. I think there was like a minute 30 in the game, 6-0, we were down, so we needed to score. I think that drive, I had a run that put us down to like the 10-yard line with 50-something seconds left. We were just pushing, got to the like 6-yard line or something, and we eventually got down to the 1-yard line. 4th down, game on the line, we needed to score. We were rushing because time was running out. We had no timeouts left. We were trying so hard to score, but our drive ended on the 1-yard line as time ran out. So close, but we ended up losing that game, 6-0 in the playoffs, going out in the first round. And that loss ended our season. A season, an experience that I never wanted to end. I think the thing that stuck with me most is just having fun with my guys out there. And, of course, all the touchdowns that I scored. But the biggest thing that I learned from that is hard work really does pay off. I loved it so much that now I'm coming back to JV for 5th and 6th graders. And it ended up all coming together and all worked out. I just want to thank Coach Sutton and his coaching staff, Birmingham Patriots managers Bart Tinsley and Alicia Smith, for everything. Also, I just wanted to say that the team was great. I loved being out there with those guys. They were very special, and a lot of them have now become my good friends. I had a dream. I had a dream that I wanted to play tackle football, and I made that dream come true. Hopefully you've enjoyed my story of my experience playing tackle football for the Birmingham Patriots. If you have a dream to play tackle football or any sport you love, you should make your dream come true too. Thanks for watching. I'm Ryder Sloan. The reason I made this video is to share my experience playing youth sports and hopefully inspire you to participate as well. I want to say a special thank you to my good friend Mark Pastoria, who put this video together for me.